Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Inspired and Empowered Living TV show and podcast. We are live Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern on talk4tv.com, w4wn.com, and my YouTube channel. And today we will be talking about unlocking your manifestation power. How emotions can supercharge your success. Are you ready to live an inspired and empowered life? So, are you feeling stuck or unsure of how to reach your goals? It's not just about what you want, it's about how you feel about it. Discover the surprising secret to manifesting your dreams, your emotions. Join us today for a powerful exploration of how your emotions can either propel you forward or hold you back. We'll reveal practical tips to overcome emotional barriers and unleash your true manifesting potential. Together, let's create a life you love. I'm your host, Nanci Deutsch, licensed clinical social worker, certified hypnotherapist, and intuitive breakthrough expert. And I combine my counseling, coaching, and intuitive abilities to transform your life. This show is not a replacement for therapy or counseling. It is for educational purposes only. So, we have questions, and I am going to be answering those questions. And I see we have Allie in the house. Good morning, Allie. Welcome. And now, the questions that I have are from last week's show, and I'm hoping the people that asked those questions are here. Now, I don't have the names. Sometimes what happens when I get the questions, I don't always have the names connected with them. So, and we have Country Corners Gazette, morning from Mississippi. Good morning. Good morning, Mississippi. Welcome and glad you're joining us. So let's answer those questions. And I'm giving a call out because I think one of them came from Country Corners Gazette. One came from Mickey. Another one came from Misty. So I'm hoping that you're here, and if I don't attach your specific question, know that I'm here to help and support you and answer your questions. So the first question from last week's show, and these are important questions because what we've been talking about is really about the things that you need. Like, what is it that you really need in order to manifest what you really want, your heart's true desire? And as I always say, your soul is speaking through your heart. So your soul is speaking through your heart. So when you have a heart's desire, that's what you want to bring into form. And we were talking about that last week. And then people had questions about visions and the other things that I was talking about last week. So one of the questions is, how can we follow the visions and how do we know which ones to follow? So the best way for me to answer that question is, you're going to follow the vision that's coming to you in the moment. Now, what happens is, now it depends on the vision. Like if you have a big vision, you're going to need to take it step by step. But very often your intuition, and I'm all about the intuition, so you want to follow your intuition step by step. And so you may not get the whole vision, you may get a piece of the vision, you may get the next step of the vision. And you follow what your guidance or intuition is guiding you to do in the moment. And that could be making a telephone call. That could be writing a document or writing or maybe journaling every morning if your vision is to create a book, or if your vision is to create classes or workshops that will help transform people, then it will be step by step. You may need to start with getting individual clients before you go into workshops. So your intuition will guide you every step of the way. And we have other questions about more about that. So, and the way you follow the question, you follow the steps, one moment, one step at a time. And I see Anastasia came in with a question, and I will get to your question very shortly. So last week, somebody asked, most of the time, is it a money issue that holds people back from following their dreams? So a lot of times, yeah, it can be a money issue. And so there's two pieces of this. All right. One piece, if it's a money issue and you're being held back, what you need to ask yourself is the money issue really holding you back, or is it a distraction? Because sometimes people will use money issues as a distraction or as an excuse not to move forward, because underneath there is really fear about moving forward. So that's an important question to ask yourself. An important question. So, is the money really, and if the money is holding you back and you're committed to moving forward and you're ready, because all those need to line up, and you're ready to move forward, then the question then becomes either, what do I need to do to create the money? Or how can I help? How can I create this money in other ways? Then there may be opportunities for people to sponsor you, or perhaps there's funding sources that maybe you haven't thought about. Maybe if you're really committed, you will take out a loan and move towards your dreams. So there's always ways around. If you're being guided and your dream is really strong and you need to move towards it, you'll find a way. There's GoFundMe. I mean, I'm just giving you a possibilities. There are funding sources, there are grants, there are loans. So no, there's ways to find money. Okay. I know, Anastasia, you came up with a couple of questions. So actually, I will put the other questions on hold and get to your questions right now. And I will continue to answer those other questions as well. So Anastasia says, what is the best way to break up the goal into steps? So if you have a big goal, what you need to do is look at what I would suggest that you do is to actually break the goal into the steps that you need in order to achieve that goal. And so it could be 5 steps, it could be 10 steps, it could be 15. Definitely, you want to break it down into smaller tasks, steps, even daily actions. Sometimes you need to break goals, big goals, down into baby steps. Remember, we were talking about that. Baby steps. And even a baby step can help you go out the door. And so it's taking step by step, piece by piece, and know that you're still making strides, steps to get you towards your goal. And so what I would first do is create a document or a list of all the different steps and tasks that you need, and then you want to be able to break it down into smaller tasks. I will also tell you that sometimes you may not have all the information. I know I'm doing coaching now, and a lot of my clients have no idea how to achieve their goal. They know they have this goal, like, I want to make a difference in people's lives, I want to help people, but they have no idea. So I am going to tell you that a lot of times you're going to need a mentor, someone who's been there, someone who's done it, someone who's moving in that direction, and know that they can support you in breaking it down because you may not even know. So just know that's another possibility to support you on your journey towards your goal. And hopefully, Anastasia, that helped you answer your question. If you have any other questions about that, let me know. Anastasia says, my cousin wants to go back to law school. She doesn't have the money to do it. That is a money issue. And I will also tell you that if she really wants to go back to law school, she can look for loans. There's student loans. There's other kinds of loans that she may be able to get. And there are also grants for if it's a woman, I think you said she, so there may be help for women, and minorities can get other help. Even small businesses, if you want to move forward, you can get financial support help. It may be loans, it may be grants. Grants is when you don't have to pay it back, loans is when you do. But no, these are all funding sources. And then one of the things is she could do a GoFundMe and do what is it that she really wants to do with her law degree, create her story, and then ask for support. So just giving a couple of ideas. So where there's a well, I'm sure many of you heard this saying, where there's a well, there's a way. And it is true. All of you can find a way. And know that when you're being supported by the universe, you will be guided to how to get that support. And your job is to listen for the intuitive guidance to support you. I mean, maybe there's people in your life that can support you in moving towards your dreams. And I really want you all to know, I believe in my heart of heart that when your soul is guiding you towards a dream, a vision, It is part of your destiny. And when you clear the energies that would keep you from that destiny, you will be supported every step of the way. And a lot of times it may be the clearing work that you need to do in order for you to keep moving forward. So, another question from last week was, how can we know if it's the right adventure to go on? So, the right adventure is the adventure right in front of you. And here's the thing. There are people that I know that have gone through school. They started the profession and they're like, this isn't for me. And there are people that I know that have started school and dropped out because they realized this isn't for me. And there are people that I know that have started something and they thought it was what they wanted and they realized it wasn't for them. And so if that is happening, that means that you had a learning opportunity. There are no mistakes. And know that everything that you have learned can be helpful to the right path. And know that every detour, every obstacle, every delay can be a support to the next step. So perhaps you started school or you went into a profession that or a job that you didn't like and you were like, this isn't for me. What you got was clarity. Maybe you needed to have that experience to realize what you really do want is to move towards the goal that your heart is calling you to. So that is important. And Misty says people don't always see things right in front of them. And I get that. And it's true. Many times we don't see what's right in front of us. And the journey, remember, I'm always talking about this being a journey. It's the journey of your life. And every step of the journey counts. So you may not always see what's right in front of you until you're ready to see it. Now, I'm going to say that again. You may not see what's right in front of you until you're ready to see it. So, suppose that delay, whether it's a health issue, a financial issue, a relationship issue, that delay or distraction is what needed to happen for you to finally become aware of the next step in your vision or your goals. And so, no, it's all fine. And for Anastasia's cousin who wants to go back to law school, what I want to support you is remembering that when it's time, because this is for all of you, when it's time for you to pursue something, you will feel that urge so strongly. Now, it doesn't mean that there may not be fear about moving forward. And remember that courage is to continue to move through the fear no matter what. So courage is moving through that fear no matter what in order to keep moving towards your destiny. And I really believe that when it's time, your soul becomes like stronger, like go for it, do it. And you will keep moving forward to clear the obstacles that would keep you from that dream or goal or vision. Now, I will also tell you that many times it does take the clearing of your fears, shame, guilt, frustration, anger, all of those emotions can block you towards moving towards that dream. So it's working through those energies and working through what you need to keep working on your goals. But when you feel, and I'm not going to say but, and when you're feeling that inspiration and you feel empowered to move towards that dream, follow it. And even if you don't know all the steps, break them, figure out what is it that you need to do, get help, support. Do whatever it takes to move you towards that dream that you have. Now, if you're not clear on what exactly the dream or the goal or the vision is, that's okay too. You may have some, like I have people that I work with that sometimes they have a lot of things that they would like to do and they're not clear. And you got to keep clearing until you are clearer. And sometimes there's more of this feeling of, I'm not sure how to move forward. But you feel like, oh, I want to help people. I want to make a difference, but you're not exactly sure. And it's breaking it down, following the steps, step by step. Ask yourself, what step can I make today? What step can I do today that will move me towards this goal or dream? Break it down day by day and breathe and ground because that's important. The more you breathe and ground, the more you can get in touch with your intuition that can guide you on the step of the day. The step of the day. Okay, cool. So, how can we know our purpose? And you know your purpose when first of all, there is this sense that you're here to do something. And you may not be really clear what that something is, but I have many of the people I work with say, I just want to help people. I want to make a difference. I want to be here to help change this world, this planet. And let me tell you something, you are all needed. Okay. Every single one of you listening to this show right now, whether you're listening live or you're listening or viewing at another time, you are needed. Because when you're listening to positive shows like this, it shows that there's something inside of you that is stirring. So thank you for joining and congratulations because you're listening to yourself. By being here, you're making a difference in your life and hopefully those who you're meant to work with. Or if it's or serve or, I mean, so some of you may be coaches, some of you may be healers, some of you may be ways, maybe you're here to create something that's going to leave a legacy, or maybe you're here to create and share your creations like people who are chefs or cooks. And know that each of you, with the right intentions, like intending to heal people with your food, with your, whether it's your baked items or your dishes, or you're here to write or play music or do your art. There are such an abundant opportunities and possibilities that you are here to make a difference for people in some way. And those are just a few ideas or ways that you may be here to make a difference. So you know that you're on purpose when you may have gotten distracted, and you going back and you start tuning in. And ultimately, what you want is, even if the goal or vision isn't clear, but there's a sense of wanting to help people or make a difference, or maybe what's right in front of you is that you love to cook or bake, or maybe what's right in front of you is you love to write or speak. I know for me, I love teaching. When I'm doing the show and I'm teaching, I'm serving, and I love it. It makes me happy to share knowledge with all of you. And I always felt that I wanted to make a difference, but there was a time where I wasn't sure. I had a couple of options, but I was guided towards getting a social work degree. And then there was a time where I remember, I'll share this with you. When I was in college, I my minor was speech communications and theater. And when I took public speaking, I was terrified, and I sucked because I was scared. I was so scared, the fear was paralyzing me. And so, but there was this feeling. I mean, my minor was speech communications and theater. So there was something in me that knew I needed to move towards this. So what ended up happening, so I became a social worker and I was doing my social work thing. And then I got a job where I had to make announcements. I had to go up in front of people. So I started doing that. And then what happened was I started getting inspired to start teaching and speaking, and doing speaking for the groups that I was working with. At the time, it was a Jewish community center. And so I started doing speaking spots. And sure enough, I've been a speaker since 1992. And you know what? I love it now. So the first time I tried it, I was scared, and I shut down, but there was something inside of me that knew that was part of my purpose, my destiny. And so I'm hoping that my story guides you, that even if you're in fear, if there's something inside your heart and your soul that's here to share, it will come back around. Your soul and the universe will keep it coming back until you keep moving forward. So I'm just going to support all of you in knowing that when you have a purpose, even if you can't see it right in front of you at the moment, know that every step of the way, and maybe this show is part of the steps, listening to it on Tuesday mornings, or whenever you're listening to the podcast or the YouTube, that maybe this is part of it. And it's about following what's the next step. And what's the next step? Asking yourself that question and listening for the answer, letting your intuition guide you every step of the way. So the next question from last week is, what if we don't interpret the clues in the right way? So here's the thing. This is about, if you're not interpreting the clues in the right way, and let's say you go on a path and you realize, oh, you know what? This doesn't feel right anymore, or this doesn't feel right. So know that you may start on a path. Remember, it's a journey. And, have you ever, I'm going to do a metaphor. So have you ever been walking or going to a certain destination, and all of a sudden you get this feeling like, this doesn't feel right. Maybe I need to look at my directions, or maybe I need to check what I need to check in order to go towards this place where I'm going. So that's kind of what can happen is you may start doing something, and then all of a sudden there's this feeling, and this is why feelings are so important. There's a feeling that something's off or something's not right, or that you need to change course. And it may not be a big course correction, or it may be a big one. You may drop out of one type of profession and decide to go into another. I've had clients that dropped out of nursing school and then ended up in social work school, and that's where they were meant to be. And I've had clients that have gotten their degrees and they're doing their profession, and they're like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. Or I want to be doing it in a different way. I want to be doing something different. So just know that you know. And even if you don't get the message right away, the message will come in the time that it's meant to come in. And I'm going to share with you the meditation that I've created to help you tune into your path, your goal, to help you move towards what you're here to do. And if you go to inspiredandempoweredliving.com/meditation, meditation, meditation. So inspired and empowered living, the name of the show.com/meditation. And this meditation can help give you a calmness, help clear your energy. It can help you tune in to yourself and the higher aspect called your higher self, that wise, unconditionally loving part of you that is waiting to help you and support you on your journey. And then listening, whether it's hearing, feeling, sensing, knowing, the intuition that wants to come through based on the information you want to know, whether it's the message of the day or if there's a specific decision that you need to have or want to make. It's learning to listen for the answers. And there's also a PDF. Now, sometimes it's a journey, so you just listen to it until you get that clarity that you need. And know every step of the way are steps on your journey and your path, no matter what. So, thank you, Rebel. She put in the link to the meditation in the chat. And the last question from last week is, what if there is more than one puzzle mixed together? So I'm not sure who asked that question. If you're all parts, I was talking about we're all parts of the puzzle piece. And we could have different parts or pieces of the puzzle and know that it's all divinely perfect. So if there's more than one puzzle piece you're here to do, then one step at a time. And I've learned that too. I've learned that through my journey. I've had this vision for a very long time of all the things that I'm here to do, but I can't do them all at the same time. And so what I've learned to do is, okay, so I go inward and I get guided. What's the next piece to manifest? And then once I learn the next piece, then I break it down into smaller steps. and just do the next step and the next step and the next step. So, yep, that's what it's all about. And know that I really believe your intuition is your guidepost. That's why I love intuition so much, because it is, I really believe it's God's gift to us. And we have been given this gift to help us navigate our life on this planet. And so I really want to support you in remembering and knowing that you have it in you. Most important is taking that time to listen, to move you towards your dreams, your goals, your vision. So now manifesting. And here's the thing, it's about, I'm going to give you the process. You want to listen to your heart's truth. We talked about that. Listening to your heart's truth. And then you want to create a list of intentions for yourself. Those positive I am statements. I am. And you want to keep moving and focusing on that positive energy. Now, if there's any emotions that feel like they're stopping you or blocking you, like fear or like shame, like you don't feel worthy or deserving or good enough to move towards that dream or goal or vision, that needs to be healed. That needs to be cleared, because that is not true. And it's really important to clear that, because again, it's not the truth. The truth is you're meant to be here. You have a purpose. You have a purpose and a reason for being here. And everybody's purpose is different. And know that inside your heart, the information lies. And the information is in your heart, and it's your soul speaking to you. So take time to listen, clearing anything that would keep you from it, any emotions. And then you want to connect, make the deeper connection. Your higher self, that wise, unconditionally loving part of you, and your soul. And you want to continue to give those intentions positive energy. And that positive energy is you feel this sense of peace. Yes, this is happening. Love, I love it. Joy, feels joyful. And then you're grateful. You're grateful that you're in the journey. You're grateful that you've had it. Important, positive feelings to help you in the manifestation. And follow the intuition. Follow your heart. Follow your gut. Follow the impulses. And ask, what step can I take today that will move me towards my manifestation, my dreams, my goals? What step can I take today? And then you want to let go and surrender. And put it into the universe's hands or arms or whatever you want to call it, into the light. And this is where the trust comes in, that you're moving towards your destiny. And it's learning to trust the information you're getting every step of the way, every breath. So, and it's a journey, okay? Because if you're not trusting yourself, then it would be doing the clearing of your emotions and the things that you need to clear, the emotions that keep you from trusting or from moving forward or from surrendering. If you're too attached to that outcome, your job would be to let go. Let go of the attachment. You're going to let go of the attachment to move you forward. And just remember, you can be guided every step of the way towards your goal, your vision, your purpose, ultimately, your destiny. And know that it's there waiting for you. Your time, and just know every step of the way is a step in the direction. And even if it feels like you may be moving off, you're learning. Oh, thank you. Country Corners Gazette. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just comes through me. I love to just I'm allowing my soul to come through me to give you inspiration and empowerment to make a difference in your life. And I just want you to know that you are here, that there is something, and just know that you can be guided every step of the way. And I also want you to know that I believe in you. I believe in every one of you. I believe, and I'm so grateful to those of you who come and join me on the show each week. And I am grateful to all of you who are listening to the podcast or watching on YouTube at a later time. I am grateful to all of you. And it fills my heart and soul that I am making a difference to all of you in your lives. So thank you for being here. Congratulations, because you are, I really believe this show is here to really support you in moving towards your destiny. So congratulations for being here. And on that note, I want you to know we'll continue next week with more inspiration and empowerment. And I'm going to get the download of what's next in order to support you on your journeys. And I'm wishing you all an inspired and empowered day. And remember, we're live Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern on talk4tv.com, w4wn.com, my YouTube channel. And have an inspired and empowered week. Have a great one, everybody. Bye for now.